What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube episode, show, whatever you want to call it. I'm, of course, Chris Stevens, a writer who writes and talks about different things on his channel, which can be sports, music, automobiles, society, personal stories, which includes dating, family, all of that. So welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back. Greatly appreciate y'all for staying on board as always. And as always, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so you can get all the new content that's coming on this channel, because again, I'm just getting started. Hopeful to have some guests on very shortly. Got a couple of short videos that I'm working on. Very excited to talk to you guys. Well, not excited to talk to you about the fact that I'm looking for another car, because yeah, it's hard out here. I mean, like, even for just like a run around town car, like, people are just like delusional. But I'll save that for a whole nother episode. But yes, you'll get all the new content, you'll get all the information, you'll get guests, you'll get good conversation, and we have a good time on this channel. So it's been a busy week, which is probably why you're just going to see this on Friday. I usually like to get videos up Thursdays. I've been trying to get into the habit of recording on weekends so I can start pushing videos out like multiple days during the week. But it's been a busy week. I have a great story that is now up on hbcusports.com. I had a chance to talk to the Morehouse golf team. Well, actually, Morehouse head coach Edgar Evans Jr. and Earl Cooper and Olajuwon Ajanaku of the Eastside Golf brand. Earl and Olajuwon are former Morehouse golfers. They took the Morehouse golf team to the Masters last week. It was a great story. I had a great time talking to everybody involved. So that will be in the description below if you want to see what I'm up to in my writing career. So, but this episode in particular, before I get into that, if you notice, my hair is not the best. I mean, I usually like to come on here with a shaved head because it just looks better. I feel better about myself, but I just not have had time to cut my hair this week. It's crazy because, you can see the beard, it's very, the goatee is very prominent, but the hair on my head is just not going to take. I mean, my dad, God rest his soul, thinned out very early in life on the top of his scalp. And, I see people with locks and I'm super jealous because I know it's never going to be me. But, I just haven't had time to cut my hair. I'll probably do it, now that this episode is done and now that you guys can talk about it. So, but this episode in particular is about the WNBA draft that just passed on Monday. If you guys are unfamiliar, the WNBA is the Women's National Basketball Association, a league that I have watched since 1997, its inception, basically. My first team that I enjoyed rooting for was the Houston Comets. They had Cynthia Cooper, Kim Perrott, God rest her soul, Cheryl Swoops, and Tina Thompson. They won the league's first 4 championships, 1997 to 2000. When that team folded in 2008 because people in Houston were being shady with the money, I just stopped rooting for teams. I still watched the W across the board. But as far as the, having a team, I didn't have a team until Asia Wilson went to the Las Vegas Aces. Because I like watching Asia when she was playing for Dawn Staley in South Carolina. And then when the Aces drafted her, I was like, okay, I'm going with the Aces. And that has proven to be a smart decision as they won the last 2 WNBA championships. But this year's WNBA draft featured Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson from Tennessee, Camila Cardoso from South Carolina, and of course, the top pick in the WNBA draft, one Caitlin Clark from the University of Iowa, or Iowa, as Yogi Bear used to say. And Caitlin's had a very interesting week as a professional. First, there was the draft on Monday. Then there was her introductory press conference in Indianapolis, which featured a very weird exchange between her and Indianapolis Star columnist Greg Doyle. And it wasn't Caitlin's fault. It wasn't. It was Doyle, because Doyle did this. And as a journalist, you're not supposed to be, doing stuff like this, because that's not in the code of conduct, the code of ethics or professionalism or anything in that nature. Yeah. And Doyle said himself that it was an oafish, awkward exchange, and he's damn right about that, because that was super weird. But Justin Tinsley, who is a great writer for ESPN's Enscape, it used to be the Undefeated, but it's Enscape, he made a great point on Twitter the other night saying that now we're starting to see that some men don't need to cover sports and they just can't be cool around women. And his Enscape colleague Clinton Yates made another great dynamite thread on Twitter about how this is the first time in sports and sports media history that men are not the focal point, and how are they going to adjust to that? Because yes, the women are making a name for themselves. They're making things pop. The popularity of women's sports is on the rise. It's a wonderful thing to see. And everybody's going to have to adjust, which is what we're going to talk about here. So not only that, Caitlin Clark signed a very nice deal with Nike that is supposed to be 8 figures, which includes her own signature shoe, which is cool. I mean, Caitlin Clark is one of the most exciting athletes to come down the pike in a long time as far as the W goes. But there's a elephant in the room that needs to be discussed, and that we're going to discuss on this channel. That someone of Caitlin Clark's stature, I mean, yes, she's going to get the accolades eventually, and we're not saying she's not deserving, because if you watch basketball for more than 15 minutes this year, women's basketball for more than 15 minutes this year, you know that Caitlin Clark is the real deal. She can pull up from just inside the half court line. She can find open teammates. Only thing is, she's not, the best defensive player. But when you can have your hand in about 60 points a game, I'm talking about scoring 30, passing off the teammates for about 30. What difference does it make? I mean, yeah, they'll cover up for her on defense, or she'll just learn to play defense. But yeah, she's a dynamite offensive threat. Make no mistake about it. We're not saying that Caitlin Clark isn't deserving. We're saying that people have this thing, or I'll just say a certain group of people, to steal a term from Kanye West. I'm not going to say what kind. That was a piss poor Kanye impersonation, but I tried. Anyway, it always seems to be a thing whenever Black women start advocating for themselves that certain social media trolls of different ilks, try to knock them, talk over them, or knock them down. And you expect it from, white America, honestly, because I mean, we are this close. I mean, I'm trying to hold out hope. I'm seriously trying to hold out hope that this country's not that damn stupid, but this country is that damn stupid. We are literally this close. I'm trying to make sure my fingers don't touch from getting Donald Trump back in office. If that tells you that white people don't give a damn about anybody but themselves, then I don't know what to tell you. But I think what's more disappointing is that we're starting to see Black men, disrespect Black women and Black women athletes whenever they talk about why doesn't A'ja Wilson have her signature shoe, or why doesn't this Black woman athlete have the same, marketing push and promotion behind her. And A'ja Wilson, I mean, I'll just tell you that, I'm an A'ja Wilson fan. I mean, I told you guys, I started following the Las Vegas Aces because that's where A'ja went. She's the truth. She's the best player in the league, on the best team in the league. She has a New York Times best-selling book that's dedicated to Black girls. She has a dynamite personality. She's very funny. She's very engaging. She's definitely always, among the ones that in women's sports. And she's just a person that you would want to be the face of the league, but the WNBA, for some reason, just has not pushed her as the face of the league. And her, everybody's like, well, why doesn't A'ja Wilson have a shoe? And people are pushing back. Well, her shoe's on the way. They've already got the prototype. The prototype is ass. That's a terrible looking shoe. And A'ja Wilson deserves so much better than that prototype that they've put out. And I hope they do that. But I think what annoys me the most about this entire situation is the fact that, again, there's a group of trolls on Twitter that hide behind anime avies of their favorite athlete, inappropriate memes and troll accounts like, Curry better 20, Curry better 30, King James Stan 23 or whatever, or, just basic nonsense that seem to be really intent on disparaging and disrespecting Black women and Black women athletes. And I don't have any sympathy for those guys, because I know they're coming from a place of hurt because they're losers. I mean, it's clear that whatever resentment they have towards Black women is just now manifested tenfold across not just social media, but in real life. And people are going to say social media isn't real life, but these are real people with real thoughts. They just feel more comfortable placing them on social media because they can hide behind a cloak of anonymity. But they're not that far away from just going all out and saying, what they feel about Black women, whether it's something disparaging, something disrespectful, or they hope something bad happens to him, or they don't feel bad when something bad happens to Black women. So, I mean, these cats are losers. They are. And I don't really feel bad when Black women and women in general, check them or clown them, because they got it coming. They absolutely have it coming. And for people to sit here and say that, it's not happening, it's like, we're watching it in real time. Like, not everything is AI. Not everything is a bot. These are people with real thoughts, real fingers, and real life problems, real life issues. Again, they're just more comfortable saying them on social media because they can hide behind something. But again, my grandmother always used to say, what you do in the dark will come out in the light. And a lot of these guys just, are just not haven't been caught up to yet. Because people keep thinking because you don't put your face on social media, you don't put where you work, you don't put where you live, that you can't be found. If somebody wants to find you, they will find you. Make no mistake about it. And I don't have any sympathy for the ones who do get found. I don't care who gets fired. I don't care who gets kicked out of school. I don't care who gets their butt kicked. Because it's ridiculous. Like, why are we not uplifting black women and black women athletes? Why aren't we defending Asia Wilson? Why are you so obsessed with, saying Caitlin Clark is better? Why are you so obsessed with saying Sabrina Ionescu is better? And I don't even know what y'all are thinking about with that. But, I don't have a problem with Sabrina, honestly, because, I defended her when Kenny Smith said that foolishness during All-Star Weekend when she was shooting out against Steph. But overall, I just find it very disgusting, honestly, that y'all just have there's so many of these trolls are black men and they have this huge issue with black women that they're just so excited to hurt, humiliate, embarrass, troll, agitate. None of it makes any sense. But I guess when you look at the whole red pill manosphere stuff, that Pandora's box has just been, that jack in the box is opened and the springs are broke. They won't stay down. Well, the springs are active. If you want to break the springs, then push it back in the box. Maybe you could do that. But the springs are active. That jack in the box is just boing, 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 as far as, the red pill manosphere stuff goes. And it's just very discouraging. But, hopefully with more people talking about it, more people owning up to their mistakes, because I can tell you as a younger man, as a man who was 350, 360, 370 pounds, miserable all the time, I had my issues with women. But after a while, it just got to a point where I got sick of myself and I got sick of, projecting my issues onto other people. And I had to learn to accept my role in things, accept, my issues. And my mom always says, if you own your shit, nobody can shame you. And that's what I try to do. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect, because no, I'm not. I have people that don't like me now because of things that have happened in the past, situations with women, nothing physical, but just mostly me having a bad attitude and, just being miserable and jealous and spiteful and all of that. Things I'm not proud of, but things I can tell you that with certainty that are a part of my story, and that I don't blame anyone else. But myself. And like I said, I own my shit. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that, I'm not looking down my nose at anybody like, oh, I'm so much better than you. No, I've been there. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Actually, the t-shirt I have on is pretty damn cool. Shouts out to Herbie Hancock, who turned 84 earlier this month. Got the Headhunter shirt on. One of the 20 greatest albums ever recorded. Okay. That being said, it's just really funny to me that these dudes have this major issue with black women and they're just so excited and gassed up, and it's a triumph for them to be losers on social media. And I would feel sorry for them, but I don't. They're a plague that needs to be exterminated somehow. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how that's going to be. I know black women have just really drawn a line in the sand and just being tired of dealing with certain black men's foolishness. But, I don't blame them, because it's like, no one's saying you can't root for Caitlin Clark, but we're saying you can't disparage Asia Wilson or Jewel Lloyd or anyone or any other black WNBA star, Skylar Diggins or Nneka Ngumake or Arike Umobowale, or Ryan Howard. We're not saying you can't root for Caitlin Clark. We're saying don't knock those women that I mentioned down. But that's what y'all are doing, because y'all are so comfortable in being miserable losers behind a cloak of anonymity. That's who you are. And it feels good right now, but we know you're miserable deep down. We know y'all are just like hiding the pain of whatever girl laughed at you in second grade or high school or whatever, and that you're just, lashing out because you never really got over it. That's your cross to bear. But overall, I'm very much looking forward to the WNBA this season. It's going to be a very fun season. And aside from the nonsense, which I'll probably end up doing a bigger episode about that foolishness. With new eyes on the WNBA and women's sports comes more ridiculousness. But yeah, I'll probably save that for another deeper episode. But I just wanted to get something out for you guys because I'm probably going to do a couple of short episodes. Like, I'm very much looking forward to taking you guys through the hunt for a new car. Yes, I've decided officially to give up on the Altima. I'm going to junk it. Somebody said they were going to tow it for $600, but they're really hemming and hawing. So I'm about to just tell him to go fuck himself, and then I'm just going to find someone else to go tow it for whatever amount I can get close to that. And then I'll just start saving for another car, and I'll take you guys through that hunt. And I owe you guys the Tinder story. I'm probably going to do a short video about that either Saturday or Sunday. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll do it Saturday. Because you guys are home. The weather on the East Coast is frightful. Maybe in other parts of the country you might be out and about, but if you're home and you want to find out about my one Tinder success story that I'm still trying to figure out, not get over. But just replicate that feeling with maybe someone else. But yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. But just wanted to talk to you guys about the WNBA as it relates to women's sports and how misogyny factors into that. And we'll probably have more discussions like that in the future. I really hope to have some women sports fans and women in sports who are in the know really come on this channel and really, tell you guys that you are full of shit. Because you might not believe it from me, and you probably won't believe it from them, but it's better to hear it from the women who know. So hopefully I'll have them on this channel at some point. With that said, thank y'all for watching this edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. Greatly appreciate your time. All my contact information and work will be in the description below. Also, as I said, I'm going to junk this old Altima. And the GoFundMe to help me raise some money to, start saving for a car, as well as my Cash App. If you've ever been moved by a video that I've done or anything that I've written, anything that I've recorded, you can kick some coins my way by either GoFundMe or Cash App. So thank y'all for watching, and until the next time we talk, y'all be good or be good.